Ladies and gentlemen, adversity is one of life's most powerful teachers. When people call your name in judgment, ridicule, or doubt, it can feel like an attack. But what it truly represents is an opportunity, a test of your character. Think about it. The moments of hardship are often the very moments that define us. They force us to ask ourselves, who am I when the pressure is on? What am I truly capable of when the odds are against me? These challenges are not designed to break you. They're designed to reveal your strength, sharpen your resolve, and prepare you for something greater. It's easy to get caught up in the negative emotions that arise when others speak against you. Anger, frustration, sadness, all of these feelings are natural, but they can also be limiting. They can trap you in a cycle of self-doubt and reaction, preventing you from seeing the bigger picture. Instead of viewing adversity as an obstacle, what if you saw it as an invitation to rise above the noise and prove, not to them, but to yourself, that you are capable of more than you ever imagined? Adversity has a way of bringing out qualities in us that we didn't even know we had. Courage, resilience, patience. These traits are often hidden until they are called upon. The people who point fingers or question your worth or unknowingly doing you a favor, they are putting you in situations that demand growth. Think about a diamond. It doesn't become brilliant and beautiful without intense pressure. The same is true for you. The pressure you feel is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to refine you. In those moments of challenge, you have a choice. You can let the negativity consume you, or you can let it propel you forward. The way you respond to adversity says more about you than the adversity itself. When you choose to stand tall, to face the criticism with grace and determination, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're showing the world and yourself that your worth isn't tied to the opinions of others. It's tied to your character, your perseverance, and your ability to rise above. Adversity also reveals who is truly in your corner. When people call your name in doubt, watch who stands with you and who walks away. This clarity is a gift because it shows you where to focus your energy and who deserves to be part of your journey. The people who support you during tough times are the ones who see your potential even when others don't. The truth is, life will always have its challenges and people will always have opinions. But remember this, adversity is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you grow stronger, more resilient, and more focused on your purpose. It's in these moments that you discover who you truly are and what you're capable of achieving. When others call your name in judgment or opposition, it can feel like the world is against you. But there's a profound truth at play. Nothing happens by accident. There is a higher purpose orchestrating every situation in your life, including the challenges and misunderstandings. These moments, as painful as they may seem, are not signs of defeat, but evidence that you are being refined, guided, and prepared for something greater. Often we get so caught up in the opinions of others that we lose sight of the bigger picture. We begin to believe that their criticism defines us, that their doubts limit us, and that their judgment holds power over us. But here's the truth. Their words are temporary, fleeting, and often spoken out of their own insecurities or lack of understanding. In contrast, God's plan for you is eternal, intentional, and rooted in love and purpose. While people see only fragments of your story, God sees the whole picture. Every struggle, every victory, every step you take toward your destiny. It's important to understand that divine protection doesn't always mean being shielded from hardship. Sometimes it means being guided through it. Just like a parent allows their child to struggle with a challenge to help them grow stronger, God allows us to face opposition because he knows it will bring out the best in us. The criticism and challenges you face are not meant to harm you, but to build you. They are tools in the hands of a master craftsman, shaping you into the person you're meant to be. Think about the stories of great leaders, innovators, and change makers. Almost all of them faced doubt, criticism, and opposition at some point in their journey. What set them apart was not the absence of challenges, but their faith in something greater. They believed that their path had a purpose, even when it wasn't clear, and they trusted the process. That same truth applies to you. When others call your name to tear you down, you have the choice to trust that God is working behind the scenes, using even the opposition to elevate you. Faith in divine protection doesn't mean being passive or waiting for miracles to fall into your lap. It means moving forward with confidence, knowing that no matter what comes your way, it cannot derail the purpose God has for you. It means understanding that every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every closed door is a redirection to something better. And every challenge is an opportunity to grow. When you align yourself with this truth, you begin to see opposition differently. Instead of reacting with anger or fear, you can respond with grace and confidence. You realize that the people who speak against you don't have the final say. God does. And his plan for you is far greater than any judgment, doubt, or obstacle you face. Trust that he is your defender. And even when you can't see the full picture, he is working all things together for your good. Resilience is one of the most powerful tools you can develop in life, and it often emerges in the face of adversity. When people call your name to criticize, judge, or undermine you, it can feel like a blow to your confidence. But in reality, these moments are opportunities to strengthen your inner resolve and build the kind of resilience that allows you to rise above any challenge. You know, resilience doesn't mean you won't feel the sting of someone's words or the weight of opposition. It means you choose to keep moving forward despite those feelings. It's the ability to face obstacles, setbacks, and criticism without losing sight of who you are or where you're going. Resilience transforms those moments of hardship into stepping stones, allowing you to climb higher than you ever thought possible. Criticism, while often painful, can be a catalyst for growth. It forces you to pause, reflect, and evaluate. Is there truth in what's being said? Is there something you can learn or improve upon? Or is this criticism simply a reflection of someone else's limitations or insecurities? Resilience allows you to separate the constructive feedback from the noise, using what's valuable and discarding what's not. It's not about ignoring the critics. It's about refusing to let their words define your path. The key to resilience is understanding that your worth and potential are not tied to the opinions of others. People may call your name to criticize or doubt you, but their words don't have the power to determine your value. That power lies within you. Resilience is recognizing that while you can't control what others say or do, you can control how you respond. You can choose to respond with strength, grace, and determination, turning every setback into a setup for your next success. Building resilience also requires a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing challenges as barriers, view them as opportunities to grow stronger. Each time you face opposition and choose to rise above it, you're adding another layer to your resilience. It's like building a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And the stronger you are, the less impact criticism and negativity will have on you. Think about the most successful people in any field. They didn't achieve greatness because they never faced criticism or failure. They achieved greatness because they refused to let those things stop them. They used every challenge as fuel to keep going, to improve, and to prove to themselves what they were capable of. Resilience is what allows you to stay in the game even when the odds seem stacked against you. Ultimately, resilience is about staying true to yourself and your purpose. It's about having the confidence to keep moving forward even when the path is difficult. It's about knowing that you are stronger than any criticism, tougher than any obstacle, and capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. And with resilience, there is no limit to what you can overcome or accomplish. Labels can be powerful, but they only have as much power as you give them. When someone calls your name to attach a label, be it a criticism, a judgment, or an assumption, it's easy to internalize those words and allow them to shape how you see yourself. But the truth is, no one has the authority to define you except for you. Breaking free from labels begins with understanding that they are often more about the person assigning them than they are about you. Labels are convenient shortcuts for people to categorize others, but they rarely capture the full picture. When someone calls you not good enough, too ambitious, or difficult, those labels are often projections of their own insecurities or misunderstandings. They reflect their limited perspective, not your unlimited potential. The danger lies in allowing those words to settle in. But remember this, a label is only a word, and a word cannot contain the depth of who you are. Breaking free from labels starts with separating who you are from what others say about you. You are not defined by a single moment, a single action, or a single perception. You are a dynamic, evolving individual with the ability to grow, learn, and redefine yourself every day. When others try to put you in a box, remind yourself that you were never meant to fit into anyone's limited view. Your life is not about meeting their expectations, it's about exceeding your own. The process of breaking free also involves reframing how you see labels. Instead of letting them confine you, use them as fuel to push forward. If someone says you're too ambitious, take it as a sign that you're dreaming big. If they call you difficult, it could mean you're standing firm in your values. Every label can be flipped into a positive, a reminder of the qualities that set you apart. The key is not to internalize the negative energy, but to transform it into motivation. Another important step is to focus on the truth of who you are, not the labels others impose. This requires self-awareness and self-compassion. Reflect on your values, your strengths, and your aspirations. Remind yourself of the times you've overcome challenges, proven doubters wrong, and grown through adversity. When you ground yourself in the reality of your worth, you become less affected by the words of others. Labels lose their power when they encounter a person who knows their own value. Finally, breaking free from labels means allowing your actions to speak louder than anyone's words. Over time, your consistency, growth, and success will erase any doubts or misperceptions others may have about you. People may call your name with labels today, but tomorrow they'll have no choice but to call you successful, determined, and unstoppable. You have the power to rewrite your story, to define yourself on your own terms, and to live a life that reflects the truth of who you are, not the labels others try to assign to you. Criticism, while often uncomfortable, is one of the most significant opportunities for personal and professional growth. When someone calls your name with judgment, it can feel like an attack on your character, abilities, or intentions. But what if you could reframe criticism? What if you saw it not as an obstacle, but as a stepping stone, not as a wound, but as a tool for progress? Reframing criticism into opportunity is one of the most empowering skills you can develop because it shifts the focus from what others are saying to how you respond. The first step in this transformation is recognizing that criticism is often a mirror. It reflects not only the opinions or insecurities of others, but also areas where you can grow stronger. Instead of immediately dismissing or internalizing critical remarks, pause and reflect. Is there a grain of truth in what's being said? Could this feedback highlight a blind spot you hadn't noticed? Even criticism delivered harshly or unfairly can contain valuable lessons if you are willing to look for them. Reframing criticism also requires separating the feedback from the emotion. It's easy to get defensive or hurt when someone calls you out, but those feelings can cloud your judgment. Take a step back and analyze the criticism objectively. Ask yourself, what is the intent behind these words? Are they trying to help me improve? Or are they simply projecting their frustrations onto me? By detaching your emotions from the situation, you can approach criticism with a clear mind and an open heart, ready to extract whatever value it may offer. Another essential part of this process is remembering that your worth is not tied to someone else's opinion. Criticism does not define you. It is merely someone's perspective, and perspectives are often limited. When you truly understand your value, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself to everyone who questions you. Instead, you focus on what matters: your growth, your goals, and your purpose. This mindset allows you to see criticism not as a threat, but as a tool you can use to sharpen your skills and strengthen your resolve. Criticism can also be a powerful motivator. Use it as fuel to push yourself further. Let it drive you to refine your craft, enhance your skills, and prove, and foremost, to yourself when capable of. When someone doubts you, let their doubt become a reason for your determination. When someone critiques you, let it inspire you to reach an even higher level of excellence. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding criticism. They got there by embracing it and using it to their advantage. Ultimately, reframing criticism into opportunity is about taking control of the narrative. Instead of allowing criticism to hold you back, let it propel you forward. Instead of letting it weaken your confidence, let it build your resilience. Your response to criticism is what defines your journey, not the words of others. When you view every critique as an opportunity to grow, you transform not only how you handle challenges, but also how you rise above them. Timing is everything. In life, we often find ourselves in situations where we feel misunderstood, attacked, or unappreciated. When people call your name to criticize or judge, the immediate temptation is to respond, to defend yourself, or to prove your worth. But true wisdom comes from understanding that not every battle requires your immediate. Trusting in divine timing and higher wisdom means recognizing that there is a bigger plan unfolding, one that often works best when we let patience, faith, and clarity lead the way. Life operates on a timeline far greater than our own. We often want solutions or vindication instantly, but growth, healing, and understanding take time. When someone challenges you or speaks against you, it's natural to want to fix the situation right away. However, stepping back and trusting in the timing of a higher power allows you to see the bigger picture. Sometimes what feels like an attack in the moment is actually a redirection or a lesson that's preparing you for something greater down the road. Trusting in timing also means understanding that everything doesn't need to be resolved on your terms or in your way. Sometimes the best course of action is to remain still, let things unfold, and allow the truth to reveal itself naturally. When you react impulsively or from a place of hurt, you may say or do things that align more with your emotions than with your purpose. By practicing patience, you give yourself space to respond with clarity and wisdom, ensuring that your actions align with who you truly are. Faith in divine timing reminds us that not all things are as they seem. What looks like a setback could be a setup for a breakthrough. What feels like rejection could be protection from something that isn't meant for you. We often focus so much on the momentary discomfort of being misunderstood or criticized that we fail to see the long-term benefits of enduring and growing through the experience. Faith allows you to trust that even when things don't make sense, they are working together for your good. Waiting on divine timing doesn't mean being passive. It means continuing to grow, improve, and pursue your purpose while trusting that the right opportunities, people, and solutions will align at the right time. It's about understanding that your journey is uniquely yours and that comparing your timeline to others will only rob you of peace. What is meant for you will not miss you, and no amount of judgment or opposition can take away what has been divinely prepared for your life. When you trust in timing and higher wisdom, you also relinquish the need for constant control. You learn to let go of what you can't change and focus on what you can, your growth, your character, and your actions. This trust creates a sense of peace and confidence, knowing that you are being guided toward the best possible outcome. The journey may not always be easy, but with faith, patience, and purpose, you'll come to see that everything happens exactly as it should, exactly when it should. In life, you will face criticism, judgment, and doubt. People will call your name, not to lift you up, but to challenge your worth, your abilities, and your character. But know this, you are not defined by their words. You are shaped by your response, strengthened by your resilience, and guided by a higher purpose. Every criticism, every label, every obstacle is an opportunity. Not to prove them wrong, but to prove to yourself that you are greater than any challenge you face. Adversity is not a roadblock, it is a doorway to growth. Criticism is not a sentence, it is a chance to refine and improve. Labels are not your truth, they are merely shadows cast by limited perspectives. And above all, remember that the battles you face are not yours to fight alone. Trust in divine timing and higher wisdom. Even when it feels like the world is against you, there is a plan at work, shaping you, protecting you, and preparing you for what's ahead. So when they call your name, stand tall. Let their doubt ignite your determination. Let their criticism fuel your growth. Let their labels remind you of the truth. You are limitless, resilient, and capable of extraordinary things. And when the time is right, it won't be their voices that define your story. It will be the undeniable evidence of your perseverance, your purpose, and the unstoppable force within you. They may call your name, but God has the final word. Trust Him to defend you, guide you, and lead you to the life you were always meant to live. Rise above the noise, embrace the lessons, and walk boldly into your destiny. You were made for this.